Right everybody, welcome back to another video of my collections. So today we're going to be looking at my boxed Mega Drive games. So these are the games I've got for the Mega Drive or the Sega Genesis if you're across the pond and whatnot. I've still got in their actual boxes. Some of the cases have seen better days, some of the cases are pretty decent conditions. So I'm going to try and show clips for every game I show, but there'll be some games I just don't show clips for. So let's get started with one of my favourite, a game that I really enjoy. My son loves this game as well. It's Alex Kidd and Enchanted Castle. So I used to love Alex Kidd on the Master System, but then I remember getting the Mega Drive and getting this game. And I love this game, rock, paper, scissors and all that nonsense. I finished it a couple of times in my life. Not that often, but I do enjoy it. I usually play through the first few levels and think, I've enjoyed it enough. That'll do me today. So I'm pretty sure the one in the Master System came built into the system, but then later on they had the Sonic built in. So I think that's how I was introduced to Alex Kidd. So that's Alex Kidd and Enchanted Castle. I really enjoy it. If I remember rightly, it gets a bad rep, but I don't know why. So that's that game. Next game is solid, but I enjoy it again. So this is Batman Returns. So I love the film. The game is hard as ball. It's a hard game. I've never been able to get by the first couple of levels. So if you see any clips in there to the left past the first levels, I've just got them online. So there we go. So let's have a switch at the back. So there's a nice picture of Batman looking all purpley and awesome. There's Penguin's duck in the background. So yeah, this game was, I've never seen any of that in person myself. I've never been able to buy the first couple of levels. It is solid, but I love it. I love a good hard game myself. It's another game I finished twice in my lifetime. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'll play it if it's the only option there. And we've got Altered Beast. So this was one of the earliest Mega Drive games, but I never actually played it back in the day. First time I ever played this game was on the Mega Drive collection on the PSP. And I thought that's pretty decent. Finished it on the PSP. Then I finally managed to track down a physical copy of the Mega Drive. I fired through it. So yeah, Altered Beast. Well, actually, I finished it 3 times. I finished it in co-op with someone at one point. So yeah, 3 times. So Altered Beast. So you start off as a man, you collect up power-ups, and you turn into werewolves and bears and dragons and stuff. Yeah, it's a pretty standard fare. So it's got some decent voices in the game. Well, I think there's only a couple of voices, but they're pretty decent. Rise from your grave. Another one here is a classic. We've got Castle of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse. This game, but there's not much I can say about this game that hasn't already been said, but I love it. It's classic Disney action platforming on the Mega Drive. Get Mickey Mouse, try to save Minnie from a witch, going through all different rooms in the Castle of Illusion with different themes. I personally prefer the sequel, but this is still pretty good. The remake on the PS3 was fantastic, so if you've not tried that, give it a bash. It's also available on Android and iOS, but give it a bash. Next game, I've only ever finished once in my life, and I don't plan on doing it again, but this game is fantastic. But once again, it's a hard as balls game. Don't know why, but the case is a little sticky. But we've got Comic Zone. This is a fantastic game. It came at the end of the Mega Drive's life cycle, but the art style, the graphics, the play, everything about this game is just like a comic book, and it's fantastic. You can use the 6-button controller. I've recently got one of those thanks to my friend Drew, so thank you, Drew. So we've got Comic Zone. So your guy is sucked into his own comic, and yeah, I think the villain of the comic's trying to erase him, so he's got to fight his way out. So it's it's badass. It's a badass game, but it's solid, absolutely solid. I've only finished it once, not doing it again. This is another. This one's a fighting game on the Mega Drive. I remember playing this to death. Me and my wee brother. This is at the height of Mortal Kombat's popularity, so my mum and dad got us this, and didn't complain. I love this game. I actually love this game. My favourite character was the magician looking dude, or the mage. There he is there. He is just awesome. There's also a Rorschach type guy that kicks about in a trench coat and a hat. He's got a face, but he's pretty awesome. So so it's kind of like Mortal Kombat, but it's not as brutal. But when you do get the brutal stuff kicking in, it is quite good. So you get some stage fatalities and stuff. So this guy I always thought was a bit weird because I wasn't sure what was the deal with this. But I really liked Eternal Champions. I recommend it. Why has this never been on in any of the Mega Drive collections? I'll never know. And it's also a 6-button controller compatible game. Next one is quite clearly a blank game. So I just don't have a cover for this game, and I could have included this with my unboxed collection, but I've got Earthworm Jim. Here, I put them in this case. I've been meaning to get a cover for it. Earthworm Jim is fantastic. The cartoon was great when I was little. I used to love the cartoon. Never finished Earthworm Jim. I'm not holding it because it's a blank case. Never finished it. I got the HD version on the PS3. Never finished that. The game is hard as balls, and I love hard games. I'll fire through them. I'll fire through a hard game, but never finished Earthworm Jim. This next one's not getting any clips. I'm barely going to speak about it. FIFA 96. I actually don't know why I've got this. Don't know how it ended up in my collection. I don't follow football, don't watch football, don't play football games or soccer. But don't know why that's there. Next one is one of my all-time favourite games. I've spoken about it many times in many videos. We've got Ghouls and Ghosts. Oh, absolutely love this game. It's hard as balls. I've finished it a couple of times in my life. Both times probably took a few years off my life due to the stress and tension I went through, but I just love this game. Any of the G&G games, I'll play it. I just love them. So yeah, I love that artwork. The Cyclops, whose eye you can't see. I'll have to hiccup, sorry. It's translated onto the cart. I don't know why the box isn't closing properly. So yeah, Ghouls and Ghosts, love that game. Next one was the only good Ghostbusters game for a long time until the PlayStation Xbox 360 game came out. But this was Ghostbusters on the Megadrive, and I remember the first time I played this, I was at my cousin Zach's house when they still stayed in Stevenson, down in a bit called The Wreck. And I went there and they were playing Ghostbusters, and I was like, oh, there's a Ghostbusters game. We went through this level, they were climbing up a building, and Mr. Stay Puft was in. I'm pretty sure that's the level there, and you could see him, there he is there, you could see him watching you through the windows, and every now and again he'd punch through the wall, and I thought that was fantastic. That was just amazing for me, because as you know, I love Mr. Stay Puft. So you can only go with the first original 3 Ghostbusters, and there's a kind of RPG element to it where you've got to kind of buy better gear to day. You can choose the levels that you want to do, but you want to do them in a certain order if you want to progress. Like, do this level, earn this money to buy this, then the next one you want to do will be a bit easier. This is fantastic. I've only finished it a couple of times in my life. Kind of planning on doing it again at some point, so I love this game. But this was my favourite Ghostbusters game until the PS3 game came out. This was here's another childhood game that I played to death. I've actually never finished either campaign in this game. We've got Jurassic Park on the Mega Drive. Absolutely love this cover, it's classic to me. Oh, it just brings back so many childhood memories. There's 2 campaigns. You can go to campaign where you play as Alan Grant, where you're running away from velociraptors and whatnot, T-Rexes. You just tranquilise the dinosaurs, you don't kill them. You tranquilise their smoke bombs, darts, everything. You can ride a wee, there's a T-Rex looking up, watching them, trying to get them. But there's also a campaign where you can play as a velociraptor where you're tracking down Alan Grant and you're just eating anything and everything that gets in your way. I thought it was great. I love this game. Apparently there's a sequel. I've never heard of the sequel until a year or so ago, so I'll need to track down the sequel and find out what's going on and get this game get it played. So here we go, here's the next lot. Next one is a game I got for 49p in Game Station, and I thought this was a steal, and it really was a steal. We've got Lion King on the Mega Drive for 49p. Never took the sticker off because I've always been amazed by how much I paid for it. So there's not much I can say about the Lion King. It was based on the Lion King movie. The animation is pretty spot on. It is solid. I've finished it once in my lifetime at my mate Drew's in one sitting. And I swear to God, it nearly took it literally took years off my life. The stress and tension, and I put my shoulder out just mean that tense. My shoulder was put out. So for 49p, I got this complete and everything. There's my receipt. When did I buy this? 2011. I got this in 2011. Was this before or after my son was born? This is before my son was born, but not by much. Fantastic pickup. I think that's the same day I bought the Ghostbusters Mega Drive game as well. So that's Lion King. Next one is, I'm pretty sure everyone that owned the Mega Drive has this. It's Mega Games 1. It comes with Super Hang-On, World Cup Italia 90 and Columns. Super Hang-On's okay, but the main game I play in this is Columns. I'm a Columns man. Keep your Tetris. Columns is all for me. So yeah, so you get those 3 carts all, if I can get it open, all in one cart. It's awesome. So I'm pretty sure there's a few Mega Games. I think I've got a couple of them loose, but that's the only one I've got boxed. Next one is a classic. We've got Road Rash on the Mega Drive. Look at that artwork. That's awesome. What's this? Randy. Were those people in it? Were those characters in the game that were played by real people, or was that just people who made the game? I don't know, but Road Rash was a racing game on bikes. You can punch your opponent and make them fall off the bike, kick them. You get chased by the police, you can get arrested, you can beat up the police. As long as you won, that's all that mattered, and you can upgrade your bikes. It was fast, it was solid. Once again, I've never actually finished a Road Rash game, but my favourite Road Rash game was Road Rash 2. So I've got Road Rash 2, so I had 2-player modes. So that's why I love, because I used to love playing this with my wee brother when I was younger. We used to play the Mega Drive together all the time. So Road Rash 2 and the Mega Drive is more or less the same, but slightly better. Love Road Rash 2, I love Road Rash 1. I don't have Road Rash 3, but I need to pick it up at some point. The next one is a game on the Mega Drive I absolutely love to death. Never finished it, but came close. So it's Robocop versus Terminator. I can fly through this game, no problem. Fly through it, but the second I get to the final boss, it eats through my lives like nobody's business. So this is the best version of Robocop versus Terminator in my opinion, because you've got blood, the music is beasting, it's just banging. You go Robocop, and it's a weird alternate timeline where Skynet is trying to take over Robocop's universe, and it's just badass, because like Robocop and Terminator in the same game. What kids of the 80s and 90s wouldn't love that? Next one needs no introduction. We've got Sonic the Hedgehog on the Mega Drive. So this is my personal favourite Sonic out of all the Sonics. So you can see I've tried to remove a sticker there and it's been really successful. I remember the very first time I seen this game. It was at my Uncle Stephen's house. He stays in England. We went on holiday. We entered his living room and he had a Mega Drive. And I was like, what's this? What is that? And he shoved on Sonic the Hedgehog and started playing it. And my mind was blown. Because all we had at that point was a original Nintendo, like the Nintendo Entertainment System, and he got to the first robotic boss with a swinging ball, and that just blew my mind. That's the earliest boss battle I ever remember on a computer game, and that memory's got to live with me for the rest. Like the first time I seen Sonic the Hedgehog and seen a Robotnik fight was at my Uncle Stephen's house. I sat in his living room floor. It was awesome. So when this game came out, 1991, so I'd have been about 4 or 5 when I first seen this. And it blew my mind. Absolutely loved it. Next one, Sonic 2. Not much to say about this. I like Sonic 2, but the only thing I really like about it is it brought about the spin dash. If the spin dash was in Sonic 1, it didn't even bear it. But this is good. Like Sonic 2. My son loves Sonic 2. I remember this was the first game that I'm pretty sure he played 3 levels by himself without any adult help. He just fired through it and beat the boss and everything. He was so proud of himself. I was so proud of him. It was fantastic. So I started my son off on Mega Drive games, so he's been working his way up. He's on 3D games now. So this is the next Sonic game. It's quite controversial. A lot of people hate it, but I have finished it. Also took light years off my life. Gaming has been hazardous to my health, to be honest. We've got Sonic Spinball. I love this game. I love the soundtrack. I love the premise. I love this picture. If I could get a poster of this, I'd be a happy man. I love that picture. I used to stare at this. I used to draw this picture all the time when I was young. So Sonic Spinball is like a no traditional Sonic game. It's like Sonic with a big weird mountain castle, but you're the pinball. So you're a ball in a pinball machine. So you're controlling like the flippers of all these things, trying to get yourself places. There's wee mini games, and every now and again you can walk from left to right, but that was very rare. So it's basically all pinball, and I love pinball. Me and my son played pinball for the first time recently. So this next one's another blank case. I need to get a cover for it, but it's Splatterhouse 2. The first game I ever played that had gore, like proper gore in it. So I remember the first time I played this, I was at my mum's friend's Margaret's, and they had it, they were playing it. I tried to borrow it, they said I was too young to borrow it, and that was it. I never seen Splatterhouse again for years and years and years until ROMs and emulation came out. So I love Splatterhouse, it's great. So this next one is a bootleg, but I include it with the box games because I've got a bootleg box for it. So we've got Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist. So yeah, so there you go, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles proper UK. So this is basically a Streets of Rage style beat 'em up, but it's fantastic. There's not much I can say about it. My son enjoys playing this. He's got his own copy as well for his Mega Drive. So yeah, I've just playing this. It's an easy game to fire through. You can do it in like 45 minutes. It's great. It's good if you just want a quick wee beat 'em up and you want to play some classic Turtles action, because look at that. That's an iconic picture of the Turtles from the early 90s. It's great. You used to get that picture on everything. No wonder they shoved it in the front of a case. So we've only got a couple more to go, people. Don't panic. I just realised how long this video's went. So this next one is the Winter Olympics for, what year was this? Winter Olympics 94. The only reason I own this is because I get quite addicted to Lilyhammer on Netflix, and the main reason that show is set in Lilyhammer because the main character enjoyed the Winter Olympics, and I found out this existed, so I bought it. That's all I've got to say about that. This next one is World of Illusion with Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. I prefer this to Castle of Illusion because you can play it in 1 or 2 player co-op, and it's fantastic. So yeah, I used to love renting this from Global Video with my little brother. We would just fire through it. Once again, it's another easy game. You can finish this quite quickly by yourself or in co-op, but that's not a bad thing. It's quite good. Really enjoy this game. The animation's beautiful. Everything about it is fantastic. This next game I remember playing a lot at my grand's with my uncle. So we've got Super WrestleMania on the Mega Drive. So there's not much to say about this other than it's a wrestling game. It's got Papa Shango in it, classic. It's got the cream of the crop, Randy Savage. It's got Hulk Hogan, it's got Shawn Michaels, it's got the British Bulldog and the Ultimate Warrior. Maybe has Dennis shoulder tackle. So I used to love playing this. I also had it on the Super Nintendo. I think the Super Nintendo version had the Undertaker in it, and I preferred that for that reason. And the final game is Zombies, or as I've always known it as Zombies Ate My Neighbours. I don't remember ever just being called Zombies, so in the UK it was just called Zombies. I'm not sure if when I was younger if I played an imported copy, so I'm not sure. So Zombies is a top-down 1 or 2 player co-op. Got to save the neighbours. That's all you've got to do. There's zombies, there's monsters, there's killer dolls. It's just a fun game. The soundtrack is one of my favourite gaming soundtracks of all time. The soundtrack never gets brought up enough. But personally, I prefer the Super Nintendo version, but that's the version I played originally. Now that I think about it, the person who I first played the house, played it at, a guy in primary school called Stephen, he had one of those NES import things that you could buy imported games and play like American versions of Super Nintendo games. He got it in the market. So maybe I did originally play the American version called Zombies Ate My Neighbours, and that's why I've always known it as Zombies. So my mate Kate hooked me up with this along with my Mega Drive a few years ago for my birthday. So quite coincidentally I filmed this during birthday week, so that's quite good. So I love this version, but I also love the Super Nintendo version. Any version of Zombies is great. So that's my Mega Drive collection, boxed. I'm going to do another one, it's just my loose carts. We'll have a fire through them. It'll probably be a quicker video, but I can't guarantee it, people. Can't guarantee it. So thank you for watching. Have a good one. Share this with your pals. Let them know there's a weird Scottish guy just showing off his stuff on the internet. And don't forget to subscribe if you've not subscribed already, if you enjoyed this video or enjoyed my other videos. So don't forget to have a good one.